Hey guys, welcome to a brand new makeup transformation. As you could tell, we're gonna do some big creepy-eyed makeups today of Woody from Toy Story. If you have not heard or seen about the movie Toy Story, where have you been? They've made a second, a third. It's a great series. It's been around for a long time, touched many people's hearts. It's a big part of Disney's history, and I thought I would start out with a Toy Story series today with, of course, Woody. Today's gonna be part one of a two-part video. The second part, I'm gonna do a creepy twist on Woody. So subscribe to this YouTube channel to make sure to check out the part two to this video of the creepy twisted Woody. That'll be on later on this week. But until then, today we're gonna do a prosthetic makeup transformation where I turn into him. So let's get started with the makeup. First of all, we need to pull our hair back and put a wig cap on. This is not necessarily needed because we're gonna paint on our actual hair because Woody has plastic hair, or you could put on a wig, it's up to you, but I just like to get the hair out of my face so I could paint. Then I'm gonna get a glue stick to glue down my eyebrows. We're gonna do about 4 layers. You could do 2 to 4, as many layers as you want to get your eyebrows completely flat. Just make sure each layer of glue and powder is completely dry before moving on to the next one. You really wanna smooth down that glue, powder it down. We're gonna make a flat surface so that we could paint on them some big, creepy, googly eyes of Woody later that are gonna look like a doll, plastic-like, very creepy. Once your eyebrows are flat and completely dry, we are gonna try on our nose prosthetic. This is a foam latex prosthetic that I bought from Friends Beauty Supply, my favorite beauty supply store. I put it on my nose to make sure it fits, and I get some Prosaide, as you can see, to put that all over my nose and a little bit on the prosthetic before I apply it on. This is one of the most difficult prosthetics to put on because it's so tiny in such an awkward place that isn't completely flat on the tip of our nose. Then I'm gonna get some liquid latex to get a red stipple sponge and stipple on the texture to mimic skin-like texture between that foam latex prosthetic and our own skin. Make sure to get all the edges of that appliance completely covered with liquid latex before making sure it's completely dry. Then we're just gonna get our rubber chin. Yes, we're gonna get a cleft chin because Woody has a very pronounced chin, a lot more out there and pointed than mine is. So we're gonna put on a fake chin, the same steps with some liquid Prosaide on my chin and the prosthetic, making sure it fits there correctly. You do not want to put this on upside down. You could easily do that mistake. Then we're gonna get some Prosiade cream. If you do a little bit of a mistake and the edges are a little too harsh, you could flatten those edges down with some Prosiade cream. Make sure it completely dries before getting the liquid latex, just like we did on the other appliance, making sure those edges are smooth and don't look like you just glued something onto your face, like they're a part of your skin. Making sure that's completely dry before moving on to liquid Prosaide. Yes, the adhesive that we used to apply this on, we are gonna stipple it on with the red stipple sponge on both prosthetics. This is gonna make the paint be able to stick better. And now it is time to get a white eyeliner pencil, or you can get just like a brow pencil, whatever you think would make great outlines of your face, the creases, and Woody's smile and laugh lines. That's super creepy. And we're drawing on those big bulbous circular round eyeballs that he has that just stare into your soul and that are plastic, hollow, and empty. This step is super hard to make perfectly round shapes on top of your eyebrows and your eyelids, but if you have patience and keep looking in the mirror, take selfies, it really does help. Drawing on his eyebrows, other facial features, and the outline of his plastic hair that looks like a wig, but we're gonna paint it on. Plastic hair is just gonna be the mats to lay the hat on. And once we're done with that outline, I am gonna start painting those prosthetics with some mauve paint. This is PAX Paint. The reason why we're using this is because it's gonna give natural skin tone under our foundation to make it look like there's blood flow and match your natural skin better, if that makes sense. Once you're completely done with that, we are definitely gonna make sure it is nice and dry so that you don't smear anything before putting on some color corrections while it completely dries. This step is totally unnecessary, but I have a lot of red spots from hormonal acne on my face, so I'm just getting some green concealer and putting it on those spots. And we cannot forget some orange concealer on our eyebrows to cancel out the darkness of my brow hairs. This concealer is my favorite. It is by Dermaflage. It's amazing. We definitely want to make sure that these blend out nicely, making sure that it doesn't show through the foundation. Once that is all blended, we are getting our skin color in the Mel PAX Paint on top of that mauve, red, orange paint that we did before on the foam latex prosthetics. What I did was I snipped a disposable makeup foundation sponge in half to really get good coverage on these smaller prosthetics. And once that's completely covered, again, you want to make sure that it's completely dry, because next we're getting our foundation. I am using the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation. It is my favorite for character makeups. The color works great with the prosthetic paint. I'll leave the colors and names of these paints and foundations down below in the description box, along with everything else I use in this video. Like always, you want to make sure that you don't put the foundation on those eyeballs that we drew on. But as you can see, I'm just using a blending sponge on the spots that need most coverage near those prosthetics, and then blend it out on other areas. And you cannot forget your neck. I'm also getting a brush to put that foundation in areas near those eyeballs that we drew on, just so that we can get right up close to that edge, but not in the actual eyeball. Then I'm getting my favorite full coverage concealer. This is Tarte Shape Tape in my skin color on areas around the eyeballs and my nose where I think I need coverage. Blending it out with my beauty sponge, because you don't want a splotchy, patchy makeup base, especially for something that's pristine as a plastic doll. Now I'm just getting my favorite cream blush. This is by Graftobian, and I'm stippling that onto my cheeks because Woody has a very bright, vibrant face with blushing cheeks. You remember when the old man redid his makeup? Not makeup, his face, by painting it on? That was my favorite part of the Toy Story series. Reminds me of me doing this onto myself. Once your blush is blushing and on your cheeks, we are going to powder our entire face. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder. It works great for me, but not for everybody. Whatever powder that you love to use as an all-over face powder is fine. Then I'm getting my Lunatick Cosmetics Labs contour powders. These are great for character makeups because they have warm and cool tone contours that you can mix and match to make your own tone. And I'm using it on the sides of my face and on my forehead as well. Then I'm just getting a blending brush and dusting that into the sockets of my eye. I know that sounds really creepy, but this is gonna make our eyes pop, make them look very animated, and making my nose a little bit more slimmer with the contour. But like I said, if you put this above where your natural brow would be, it's gonna make your eyes stand out so much more like a doll later. I'm getting a very tiny push liner brush and doing more detail in the smile laugh lines of Woody. Sounds creepy already. It's going to get creepier, because we're going to use that same contour shade that we've been using with that same push liner brush and start etching out his very unnerving smile, his grin over my actual lips. You really want to look at reference pictures for this, especially when we grab that white aqua paint with a small tiny detailed paintbrush, because we're going to paint on his toothy grin and his teeth inside of his mouth. I'm just doing that on my lower lip and a little bit above on the topper lip as well. You want to make sure that aqua paint is completely dry before moving on to the rest of that smile in his face. With the same contour palette, just the darkest shade, I'm coloring in around those teeth on his mouth. To do more depth and shadow, I grabbed a matte black eyeshadow and colored in around the teeth again. This is definitely going to make it look more like a doll and bring his whole face to life. I'm grabbing a nude lip pencil and I'm going to paint on his lips. Once you're done drawing on his lips, I'm grabbing that push liner brush again to do some shadow below the lower lip. That's going to be on my chin. Then I'm just getting that blush again because I forgot to put some on his nose. And grabbing some white cream paint with a dual fiber very tiny blending brush, I'm going to do some highlight marks on my face where the sun is going to shine off his plastic skin, on his cheek, near parts of his nose. This is going to make him look really plasticky and fake. Then with the same white aqua paint that we used on our lip, I am doing that on my big round eyeballs, around his pupils and around the iris of his eye. We are painting in this white. I used Wolf Brothers because it has a nice waxy consistency to it. It's very, very highly pigmented, and it doesn't crack on my eyes if I let it dry before blinking. If you have dry skin, you're afraid of creasing, fine lines, and cracking, I would definitely use a white cream paint like a Ben Nye white, not the clown white. You don't want that near your eyes because it could get in your eyeballs, your real ones, and hurt. But once you're done coloring all the whiteness of those eyeballs, we're gonna make sure it's completely dry so that we don't blink and mess it up. Then we're gonna get a brown aqua paint to color in those big brown eyes. With a tiny brush, this takes a lot of patience. They look like those mini Reese's peanut butter cups on your actual eyeballs. I'm using aqua paint again, but you can use cream paint if you don't think it will crease too bad. You can use brown eyeliner, maybe that will work great too. Making sure it's completely dry. And I did some brown eyeshadows, or you can use white eyeshadows or any type of translucent setting powder to make sure these stay and don't crease on your eyeballs. Before getting a matte black eyeliner, this is NYX Matte Black Liquid Liner. You can use any eyeliner you want to outline those brown irises of the eye. And we're gonna color in the black pupils of his eye as well after you're done outlining. Again, this takes so much time and patience. It reminds me of like black jelly beans in the middle of our Reese's peanut butter cups. If you want to achieve the creepiness of Toy Story eyeballs, just think Five Nights at Freddy meets Chucky. You want to make sure these eyeballs are completely dry before getting our eyebrow pencil. Not eyebrow pencil, but paint. I just got some brown aqua paint, painted on them squiggly, worried looking eyebrows that Woody is known for before moving on to the plastic hair. He has this crown of plastic hair on his head that makes Ken doll jealous. He has this cowboy-like swoop. Woody's out here snatching all the wigs with his plastic hair that's so cute. And I got some black aqua paint to put and dab on with my fingers to make it more of a darker brown, but not fully black over the brown, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to make him brunette with my own mix of colors of the rainbow that I painted with all of the colors of the wind. Again, just make sure you mix this and don't like smear it on. Don't let the aqua paints drip onto his face. Don't make his hair pitch black. But once we're done painting on that hair, I'm ready to get Woody's outfit. I got this Sheriff Woody costume from a local Halloween shop that's open year-round. Because I'm too blessed to be stressed and I live in LA, the gorgeous city that has year-round Halloween stores. As you can see, I got a random red t-shirt because I didn't have a red scarf to tie around Woody's neck that he's known to wear under his cowboy outfit. You can't forget Woody's signature hat, too. And with that, we're completely done with our Woody from Toy Story makeup transformation. I have been waiting to do this makeup for so long. This is part 1 to a 2-part video to a crazy Toy Story series I am going to be doing on this YouTube channel. So subscribe to stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's so scary, creepy, but I still love it. If you guys do this makeup or any makeup from my YouTube channel, please post it on Instagram, tag me, #katsketch. Like this video if you want to see more creepy makeups from Toy Story, and leave any comments of any other characters you want me to do. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, sticking around, and inspiring me on the daily all over social media. I am everywhere. Again, you need to come back to this YouTube channel later on this week where I'm going to do part 2 of a creepy twisted Woody. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in part 2. Bye!